Hello guys and welcome to another video. Today we're going to do a comparison video between these Realme phones. We have the X2 Pro and just the X2. We've seen a lot about these two phones online. They'll be coming very soon to earphones, so stay tuned. So we're just going to do a quick run through some of the specs and some of the comparison between the Pro version on my left and the normal version on my right. Just a quick disclaimer, I just want to apologise if you hear any noise in the background. We do have some construction in our building currently, so if you hear any sort of loud noises, that's that. I apologise for that. There's not much we could do right now. So yeah, let's just jump straight into it. We're going to first off unbox the Realme X2. We'll just leave the X2 Pro to the side for now. So yeah, as you come around, you see the box is pretty standard. There is not much in terms of information on the outside. You have the Realme up here, and this is their sort of signature yellow color. You have a picture of the phone, Dare to Leap, which is their sort of phrase, and a few specs. So you have the 64 megapixel quad camera and the Snapdragon 730G processor. So yeah, so we're just gonna go ahead and open this. So what you have here, you have this sort of information area which has the phone case inside, and on it says, "Hey, welcome to the Realme family," and you have a bit of Realme brand down here. And on the back it says, "Let's embrace a new journey." So I think that's quite nice. Inside it you get your Realme phone case. So this is just sort of your bog standard basic phone case that you get with a lot of these phone brands. Then you have your important information guide, so I'm not going to read this. And then you have your quick guide, which is essentially a quick rundown of the specs and what some of the stuff on this phone do. So that's that boring stuff done. So it comes in this sort of sleeve here. It shows you sort of some of the stuff. So it says, I'm not sure if the camera can pick that up, but it has dual nano SIM card and the micro SD card here. This is the NFC sensor area, and you can see it has that quad 64 megapixel camera. This also shows where you can unlock the phone, so there's your fingerprint scanner here. So we'll just pull this out of this sleeve. So we'll just place the phone to the side for now. We'll go over it when we have both phones in hand. Moving on through the box, you have this sort of divider piece here, and then inside you have this huge fast charging power supply unit here. So you plug your cable here into that. It's USB-C charging, so you're gonna get that really quick charge if you need it. Finally, you've got your SIM card tray ejector. So yeah, that is it for what's inside the box. It's now empty. So the X2 Pro, again, it's a very similar box to the X2. If we just bring this box back up here, you can see very, very similar as you go around. Not much difference between the X2 and the X2 Pro in terms of actual boxes. The outside, pretty much zero difference. So as we open this up here, you can see that it has the same sort of "Hey, welcome to the Realme family" and the "Let's embrace a new journey," along with the phone case and the information like on the previous one. The phone case is slightly different as the phone design is slightly different on this Pro version with the camera centered. Then we have the phone. Again, you can see the NFC scanning area is a little bit different here. The dual SIM card here, the nano SIM cards here. Turn it over, you've got your fingerprint location here. This phone has got a lot more weight to it, is what I would say. And then we'll just put this phone to the side for now. Again, you have this dividing insert, and then you have your charger. Now this is the Super VOOC Realme supply unit. This phone supports like super fast charging, so basically your phone's gonna be charged in practically no time. The previous one, the normal X2, that has fast charging. This is now super fast charge. Again, this comes with USB-C, your SIM card ejector. So that's pretty standard stuff for it to come with, but a main focus here is obviously on the fact it supports supercharging and comes with an actual supercharger. So that's all the box information and sort of boring stuff out of the way. But now we're just going to compare the phones themselves. So here we have it. If you spin them over, you can see there is a difference. The Pro is on my right. That is the one with the camera centered, and the Realme X2 is on my left. So yeah, if we look at the back, you can see they both have the quad 64 megapixel camera, and they both have the AI camera included. So that camera basically means that it can recognize objects such as plants, people, cars, and it will adjust the camera settings according to that if you have it on, and take basically a crisper photo for that exact object. What we're going to do quickly is power both these phones on. So here we have the phones turned on. This is the Pro here and the X2. So as you can see, the date is wrong, but other than that, they're pretty much identical. It's pretty similar. We will go through some of the settings now and some of the differences, so you can quickly sort of see any differences in it. So The first difference that you can't actually see is the difference in the processors. So the X2, which is this one, has a Snapdragon 730G processor compared to the X2 Pro, which has a Snapdragon 855 Plus processor. So this phone on my right, the Pro, will be much better at gaming. I believe it comes with a sort of gaming type app which is called GameSpace, because basically this Pro version is aimed not more at gamers but with gaming in mind, therefore it has a faster processor, so it'll be better at that. So if we just open up the Google, so we'll quickly go over to a YouTube, and we'll play it on the X2 first, so we'll just turn this volume up.
That the box itself is probably among one of the highest quality boxes I've seen from Huawei.
So yeah, you can hear quite a good quality, so I'm not really sure how much better that can really be. And we'll give it a quick go with the Pro version, the REALME X2 Pro.
We're just going to open the box, show you what's in there, and basically go over some of the key specs. So straight away what you can see is that the box itself is probably...
Now I'm not sure if the actual microphone picks it up very well, but the clear winner for me is the Pro. There's apparently no difference on the spec sheet, but I think maybe due to the actual bigger size and placement of the speakers, this speaker sounds louder and more crisp to me. Also, the phone is a lot heavier, so that might reduce the actual sort of rattliness of some speakers that you do hear. That isn't to say this speaker is rattly, it's just to say that this one sounds crisper. Again, one of the more sort of stranger features is that the actual cameras are identical. So we're just going to go outside to quickly take very similar photos, hopefully of the same thing, and show you the differences we see or maybe don't see between the cameras. We'll also do a quick sort of panning video of the outside. So at the start I mentioned that I felt like the Pro version had a bit more weight to it than the normal X2. That is because the X2 is 170 grams compared to the X2 Pro, which is 200 grams. So that is the reason that this one feels heavier. The reason for the Pro being heavier is not because it's got a bigger battery, because they actually both have a 4000 milliamp hour battery. It's because this is more sort of jam-packed with other things. So one of the key features of the REALME X2 Pro is its RAM. So this version we have here is a 12 gigabyte RAM compared to the 4 gigabytes on here. So that is 3 times the RAM. That's an incredible amount of RAM for a phone. It won't be slowing down anytime soon. And the screen on the Pro is actually bigger. So if you quickly just look on both of these, you'll see that the screen extends slightly further down and slightly further up. It sort of fills the frame a bit more. Phones are practically the same size, with the Pro being slightly bigger. You can see it's not much, but this phone is slightly taller. In terms of width, the phones are just slightly different. You won't really be able to pick that up on camera, but the Pro is a wider phone just by a bit. Again, that is due to it having sort of more stuff inside it. The glass on the screen here is Gorilla Glass. It's type 5, I believe, Gorilla Glass, so it'd be quite difficult to actually do any damage to the screen. So that's about it for that. The only difference between the cameras, which I missed earlier, is that this has a dual flash and this only has a single flash. The X2 only supports 5 times zoom, whereas the X2 Pro supports stabilized focus zoom on it. So anyone that wants to take a good crisp picture, they'll both give you a great picture, but if you're going to take some videos that you're going to zoom in on, this Pro would be better for you. So that's about it for the phones themselves. It's a quick overview and spec rundown. We will have both these phones retailing on ephones.com for a very good price. The Pro will be at $399 on ephones.com and the REALME X2 will be at $259. So it's an incredible price for the phone you're getting. So whilst we were playing around with these phones, taking the pictures and videos and just sort of messing about with them, seeing what they could do, thought, we'll do a bit of a rundown and review them a bit for you as well. In my personal opinion, for the price, if you want a cracking phone for a very low price and one that will basically not disappoint you, I would go for the REALME X2. This phone has all the specs of a phone that should be a lot more expensive, basically. the RAM, the processor, the camera, all key features to this. An incredible phone. If you're looking for something a bit more special, in my opinion, and what I would personally go for is the X2 Pro. This is basically down to the additional features, which it has an enormous amount of. I also think the color we have here does look a bit better and a bit crisper, and I think the overall design looks a bit better than the X2. That's not saying the X2 looks bad, I just think this looks less generic than the X2. The actual specs on this phone are insane. Basically 12 gigabytes of RAM is basically unheard of phones, and the size of the battery combined with the quality of the camera, this is a massive contender for 2020 in terms of smartphones being released. I could see REALME being a real competitor. So yeah, two incredible phones, and they'll both be listed on ephones.com very soon, and we will make sure to put them in the description when they are available. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this quick comparison between the X2 and the X2 Pro. More of a rundown of some of the specs and a sort of quick opinion and a quick review on the phones. Not really an in-depth review, but more sort of an overview. But yeah, thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to subscribe. If you have any comments and anything you want to see extra, we will likely do a part 2 on REALME phones, as we're going to get quite a few of them in the future. So if you have any improvements or anything you need answering, just comment down below. If you like the video, make sure to subscribe and like the video also. So thank you for watching, and we hope to see you in the next one.